WION Ground Report on Ukraine continues. French President Emmanuel Macron became the first leader of a major Western power to meet Vladimir Putin since Russia massed troops near Ukraine. Macron called for calm as he shuttled between Moscow and Kyiv and said that he believes that steps can be taken to de-escalate the crisis. Here now is a report.
French President Emmanuel Macron said on Tuesday he believes steps can be taken to de-escalate the Ukraine crisis and called on all sides to stay calm. In a high-profile bid to act as a mediator, Macron shuttled from Moscow's talks with President Vladimir Putin on Monday to Kyiv to hold talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He had no breakthroughs to announce. His office rode back on Tuesday after an official said overnight that Putin had promised Macron Russia would not stage military manoeuvres near Ukraine for the time being. But the French president said he thought his talks had helped prevent the crisis from escalating further. He said both Putin and Zelensky were committed to the Minsk Accords, a 2014 peace deal signed in response to Russia's annexation of Crimea.
The Minsk Accords are also the best protection of the territorial integrity of Ukraine. Based on the commitment of the two sides, Russia and Ukrainian, we now have the possibility of advancing negotiations.
Zelensky made clear, however, he was sceptical of any assurances Macron may have received from Putin.
Generally, I don't quite trust words. That's why I think that every politician can show his or her openness by concrete deeds. In our case, those are steps towards de-escalation. In order to do this, as I understand, this person is open. This person has every possibility.
Western countries led by the United States fear Russia is preparing to invade Ukraine. Moscow has denied plans for an attack but said it could take unspecified military measures unless specific security demands are met, including a promise from NATO never to admit Ukraine. While Western countries have stood together to back Ukraine, they disagree about the likelihood of war. French officials have suggested they think Washington has overstated the threat. Kyiv itself has played down the likelihood of a large-scale invasion. Whatever Moscow's true aims, Western countries say they cannot safely assume the crisis will end without war unless Russia pulls back its troops.
We are still on that, and WION correspondent Susan Teherani sent us this report from New York.
According to the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden will soon engage with French President Emmanuel Macron. Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, told reporters on Tuesday that the two men did speak twice last week and more engagement is expected. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, became the first major Western leader to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin since Moscow amassed troops along the Ukrainian border. Immediately after, he met with the Ukrainian president. All while here in the United States, Joe Biden hosted German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the White House, all with the aim of putting a united front against Russia. While Russian President Vladimir Putin has kept almost everyone guessing on whether or not he will invade Ukraine or not, the United States has not been ambiguous on its motives and plans moving ahead. First, with its military aid to Ukraine, and then the sanctions that it plans to impose if Russia does decide to invade Ukraine, and then the recent troop buildup and deployment to Eastern Europe, all while saying diplomacy is the best path forward. For now, at least. Susan Teherani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.